Well, welcome everybody. This is a little out of the norm for Toybox Chronicles here, but we're bringing to you our new series. It's called REPOP, which is reviews of toys. And if you know what REPOP means, you understand. And so, for those of you who want to know the full name, it's REPOP Reviews, and then you'll figure it out from there. As always, I'm with my lovely, gorgeous host, Alexander Storm. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, what's going on, man? Always good to get on the Tuesday, especially when G.I. Joe makes some pretty damn good announcements, man. So it's cool to be on with you, brother.
Yeah, man, I'm excited about it. We might as well jump into it. We want to thank you all again for coming. There's no fancy anythings. This is just a quick review, so you could skip ahead past this if you want. But yeah, let's get into it. What do you want to talk about first?
Well, let's roll over. They did some. They had some digital renders. They had some pre-orders that come up today. Actually, as we're talking right now, it should be up live if you haven't already checked them out. They did also some retro raves they've shown, and they had some exclusives. So they've done a pretty good job with some of the stuff that they popped out today. The one thing I'm surprised about was really only one exclusive, and everything else is going to either fan channels. It's not like it's something where it's normally just Hasbro posts and people are fighting over it. So I think they did a good job of actually, making sure that any of the kind of flippers or the price increasers or gougers, as they normally call them as well, didn't
Yeah,
have the opportunity to like ruin people's experience this time. So I will give the Hasbro team, GI Joe guys over there, a little bit more props on that. And I thought the cast was a little bit better than normal. It was, it seemed like, they had a new member pop on to do the hosting. It's a little bit better than normal. So,
yeah,
it was really kind of fun, really kind of cool, but I kind of locked it down. But let's roll over. We'll do they had the digital renders, which the digital renders, if you don't know, it's just something where they just have an image and it's something that comes out a little later. So
yeah.
these will be popping out next year in 2025. They named the Cobra Saw Viper, and they had one Joe, and that was Dial Tone. But they said Dial Tone would be out later on in the fall.
Yeah, they did.
So,
I remember that. Yeah.
that was kind of cool. The pre-orders coming up because I know that's the main thing. Everybody wants to make sure to
Mhm.
get their orders in. You're going to be able to get these figures because they're all over all fan channels. So that means if you're like for us, we're an Entertainment Earth affiliate, and we've got an excellent code. You definitely want to use it for something like this. But they've got Alpine. Alpine looked great. Love the way he looks. A lot of people didn't like his face, but I thought on the reveals that they did on the Hasbro Pulse event, it looked better than some of the other items that I've seen them take of the character. So he looked a lot better this time around.
Yeah.
Uh, then,
Alpine was cool.
yeah, and I like the goggles. I like the
Yeah.
hooks. He comes with like a
Remember the hat?
the hook. Yeah, the hats. He had the removable little pouch in the back and everything. All the attention to detail was there for him. Uh, the one that I was extremely excited about, two of them actually, was the Iron Grenadier bat. The accessories on that bat look fantastic, but it was the gold accents that was really taking it to the next level. Then they had the Iron Grenadier Trooper. That trooper, the sculpt on the trooper, everything from his hat, from his sword to his his jacket, there was a bunch of detail in that character, man.
There's already one that's sold out though.
Which one is it so far?
It's listed as number 132, the Iron Grenadier.
I knew that one was gone.
Yeah, but the Iron Grenadier bat is still available.
Yeah, and that's through the Pulse, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so chances are, if you can't find him there, jump over to our affiliate Entertainment Earth. Chances are you'll find him there. I'm never really had a problem ordering from Entertainment Earth, so
neither have
should be kind of cool. And then
I.
they had,
I do. Real quick. I
yeah,
do like the look on the Grenadiers. I think it's awesome.
especially the gold because, like, I know that. Well, you and I both know, gold is extremely tough
Yeah,
to do on like plastic.
yeah,
They pulled this off extremely well,
yeah.
So I give them credit on that. Version 2 Storm Shadow, I
Number 131. Yeah,
yeah, the the hood I didn't like, you know, and
it just looks like a kid in a hoodie.
yeah, the camo looked okay, but I just, and I know a lot of people that's their version of Storm Shadow that they've seen because a lot of people didn't start the line until, well, the way back in the day didn't start the line until the version 2 came out. So that's a lot of people's version of Storm Shadow they look at. I don't think they did a really good job on that.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was a little weird. I don't know. I don't know what he's really camouflaging for with all that shit on, but whatever.
Yeah, and then they had the retro wave. Now, I've never really been a huge fan of the first wave of the retros. Some of those characters are okay. I've seen them before. They had Destro, Baroness. They had Scarlet and Duke. I
Hmm.
thought the Duke was a little bit of an upgrade from the original Duke. If you didn't like the first classified version of Duke, you'll probably like the retro version a little bit better. But the other characters were just pretty much similar to the ones they had done.
Yeah.
But this time they came out with Retro Stalker, which if you're an original fan and you just want the OG Stalker, you got him because wow. First of all, the head sculpt looked great. The
Hmm.
camouflage, he's in
It's
the old
awesome.
retro from the whole Sunbow cartoon
Yep.
look. That is a really good rendition of him.
Yeah,
But
I think they did a really good job on him.
and then the Cobra, the retro Cobra Trooper. Now a lot of people have wanted the Cobra Trooper to be reintroduced because that was early in the line.
Hmm.
And I know there was a bunch of other variants, and I think one of them was the Cobra Island variant, which was extremely hard to get if you
Hmm.
didn't get into that whole Target debacle. So that's probably a really, really sought after figure. And like if you looked at any of the retro waves, I'm still going to Target and Walmart, and I'm still seeing a lot of those waves up there. It's not something that disappears extremely easy. So
Yeah.
I think this will be accessible to people that couldn't get them the first time around. Then the one I was shocked on, a lot of people were a little bit hesitant. They said there was going to be a retro Cobra Commander. A lot of people were talking about it was going to be the hooded version. People
Oh
were all
no,
hyped.
I'm
And
buying this one, dude.
yeah, we were all like, maybe, maybe the hooded version will come, maybe it won't. This was the retro version of Cobra Commander. It looks exactly like the version that's probably sitting in my shelf back there. That's from the his tank. It's not the Mickey Mouse one. It has the original Cobra logo on it. But the face sculpt with the shiny mask is probably the best accent I've seen them do across the board for a figure. And
Yeah,
it's like, wow, that's
it's chromed out.
now that's the one that I actually want to do. And the good thing about this too is that they didn't drop a bunch of stuff today. So they got the fan channel, the 4 fan channel stuff that came. The retros will be, first of all, retros will be in all stores. So all fan channels, they'll probably be in all the big box stores. That's dropping 6/11 at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So, you've got a whole week to like, it's not like it's coming out today. You got to break your buck because I really thought that it was going to be like maybe
Everything was coming out. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like a 350, $400 pre-order day. So glad they stopped the brakes on it a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was cool. They showed a little bit of the video game, the GI Joe Rafa Cobra, old
Yep.
school.
Already downloaded it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I give him credit. It went old school kind of. You're into just the standard kind of like just the rock 'em stock 'em up game. It doesn't have any crazy visuals and everything. It's just it looks what the 2-bit kind of scenario that they did back in the day. So I kind of
Yeah.
like that one. So and
Yeah.
I'm glad they devoted some time to that too, man.
Yeah. It's very like retro, very like 80s bit. To
Hmm.
be clear, I did download the demo. They don't have the full one, but you could check out the demo on Steam. So
Hmm.
I'll be playing that for a
Yeah,
little.
and I'm sure getting a review for that one too, man, because it definitely needs to come up.
Yeah.
They did have the is Hasbro Pulse exclusive. The one that they did have that will only be on Hasbro Pulse is 2-pack Low Light and Spirit from the Mad Marauders, Sergeant Slaughter's Mad Marauders.
Yeah.
Like the look. I thought it was a different variation. If you already bought Spirit, like I have in the back, or you've already bought Low Light, these were different variations of them, and they did some color enhancements to Freedom, the bird, the eagle for Spirit. So it wasn't like the same thing that you got before. They did kind of add different accents to it.
Yeah, I did see that. I like that. I like those.
Yeah, and then, like I said, the Mad Marauders is, I'm not a subline person, but if you're gonna get me for the subline, it's gonna be the Sergeant Slaughter Marauder review. Now, let me tell you something. That one, I'm picking that one out, man. I love Sergeant Slaughter, but this one comes with not just the regular accessories; it's the duffel bag that he came with.
Yeah, it's
That
sick.
was like, okay, okay, you
Yeah.
got me on that. It's a
Gold
nice
scar.
accessory if you don't have Sergeant Slaughter already. You didn't get that in the first version,
Yeah, he's
you
got
know.
like boxing gloves, weights.
hmm
Like,
Yeah, everything else, I'm like, wow, they really took that. Now the again, like we were saying, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive with just Low Light and just Spirit, but Sergeant Slaughter is going to be an Amazon and also the other fan channels exclusive. So if you're any of the, again, like Entertainment Earth or any of the other online retailers that are toy channels, you'll be able to pick them up there. So that's a good thing because Sergeant Slaughter will probably be a high demand item.
yeah.
And those will drop 6/18 at 1 p.m. Eastern
So
Standard
basically, over the
Time.
next 3 weeks, you get to spend money.
So they've kind of like spaced it out a little bit. And we're getting down to the nitty-gritty of the vehicles. They had which we all saw the leaks all over the internet and everything, the Cobra Stinger with the driver. Uh, if you like, I have the Vamp. A lot of people missed out on the Vamp because that was only a Hasbro Pulse exclusive,
Mhm.
and that markup, if you've been onto any of the eBay or any other the sites, is like through the roof now. So a lot of people have missed out on that. And I'm hoping that they re-release that somehow down the line. But if they don't, look, the Stinger is a great vehicle. I love the accents they did to it. I love the driver. I love the addition of the door panels that they don't have on the Vamp. They have a
The winch.
uh yeah, the winch, the smoked out front windshield, all the nice little accents that come with it. And I like the variation, the gray with the red accent for
Mhm.
the Stinger driver. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And that one will also drop on the 18th at 1 p.m. But like I said, again, this is Amazon and the fan channels. So, I think a lot of people that weren't able to really kind of get the character will definitely be able to get them when you see them next. So that's actually kind of cool. Um, and then the last item that we have is they did a name only reveal, and that was Footloose. And Footloose is a character
That's
again. I love
like
him from the
Patrick
original
Swayze.
film. No, not this. No, actually, I think Footloose wasn't Patrick Swayze, Kevin Bacon.
Oh, yeah, it was Kevin Bacon, that's
Kevin Bacon,
right. My bad.
yeah, but no, you'll be able to. We won't be able to see him. Name reveals sometime in maybe 2025, probably. We'll see if that character gets a digital reveal at the end of the year. So that's nothing, but they always like to tease us when it comes to it. So all in all, man, I will give credit where credit was due. They did a great job. And one little point that's not the Hasbro Pulse exclusive, so I know we're gonna probably take them off if they're watching the show, but chances are they're not watching the show. uh, if you head over to Fans Hobby, there's something a little bit interesting that popped up today too, which I could think that it was done on purpose. But there's an Air Ego that happens to hold another bird of prey name that's a vehicle for GI Joe that popped up today. Price is extremely reasonable. Has lighting effects and everything else on it. If you go over to the you can find them on Facebook or anything, Fans Hobby. If you're a Transformer fan, you know what we're talking about. This company has done a lot of upgrades for some of those characters.
Yeah.
um, you're definitely going to pick this up, and it's a pretty good price right now. They've got great digital renders of this. And look, I was not expecting that this morning. One of the guys from the GI Joe Facebook fan group I was in put it up this morning saying, "Hey, this is live," and I was like, "Wow." Like, this is just somebody, this whole Yo Joe June, they're taking this way beyond what they need to
Yeah.
take it, man. So a lot of great items. Again, the stream was pretty good. I love all the drops, the hints. I like how they spaced out everything in the month.
Yeah.
Incredibly cool for everything, man.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's good. I'm not a massive Joe collector, but
Hmm.
if it's Commander Cobra or Sergeant Slaughter,
Hmm.
those typically will end up with me, or Destro.
Hmm.
But yeah, man, I'm excited. This was good. It was a little bit better. I mean, you could tell they were at least interested in what they were talking
Hmm.
about.
Hmm.
And I like the guy's reference to the Chrome thing,
I
where
did.
he saw like, oh, my kid had this toy, and I was like, well, we could do that. And so, but yeah, I mean, like, look, it's great. I really like it. The other Commander Cobra I have is the number 37 or whatever it is, the gold one.
Hmm.
So like that'll look badass standing next to that.
Yeah. Well, it had me laughing too. I saw people on the fans room saying, "Hey, I'm disappointed that it's not the hooded Cobra Commander." Look, I was last month. I was at the SoCal Joe show, and they had a customizers there, a couple of customizers that had some absolutely fantastic hooded Cobra Commander heads. So it's out there. You can definitely find them. There's great pieces of work. You don't have to wait for Hasbro to do a lot of things, especially with the customized community. That's a community that we're embracing a lot more on the channel now. We're going to have some customizers come on, talk about their processing, but you can find it. So if you're disappointed, don't wait for Hasbro. Seek out some of these people, get the head that you want on the character. They even had a version that was Crimson that worked for the Crimson Trooper to turn an actual Crimson Cobra Commander. So
That's awesome.
it's out there. So, if you're all upset and everything, I said, you can find stuff if you want to find stuff, man.
Yeah,
So,
no, I think it's good.
but all in all, it's a great start of the first week of Yo Joe June. I'm looking forward to that. Also, I'm looking forward to my man Chet Maddox coming out here for the Robo Toe Show and / West Coast Joe Show. They have two shows at once this Sunday coming on. So, Mr. Maddox, myself, Chris, and Dr. Brentley will all be at that event in Burbank, California. So if you guys want to catch us on Sunday because we will all be in the house there,
Heck yeah, dude. I'm excited. It's gonna be
man.
good.
I am too, brother. I am too, and everything. Any part news, Mr. Maddox? Any part things you want to come out about the event today, man?
Nah, man, we're good. I think we're in a spot where you covered most of it. Like I told you, GI Joe and Hasbro GI Joes are typically your talking points.
Hmm.
I'm intrigued with them. Obviously, not as much as you, but I can appreciate them, and I'm mostly critiquing it for the interaction of the hosts.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think we're good.
All right, well, we haven't told anybody. Do us a favor. Please like, subscribe, comment below. And if you guys want to see a little bit more of these, Mr. Maddox called it the
The
repops.
repop reviews, yeah.
Yeah. Then let us know in the comments because we will keep popping these on. We've got like another 3 weeks of Yo Joe June and any Transformer events. So we'll keep repopping them
Yeah.
whenever we necessarily need to.
Cool. All right, sir. Well, everyone else, you got to make sure you like, subscribe, comment below, thumbs up, thumbs down. Who cares? And until next time, um, that's it.